what's up? So this is my second video update on how the entrepreneurship journey is going for me. It's several weeks in, things have been progressing well this week, and this is an update video. It contains news about my AI novel that I've been writing, meetings I've been taking, and then some of these crazy ideas I've got behind me. So let's get into it. Number one is that I've been working very hard at getting meetings with potential clients and building demos for those potential clients. So last week I was just balls to the wall working on these demos. I think I built like 6 different demos. Like I deployed 6 different websites last week building demos for people. So like I built like an education platform. I built like 2 little chatbots. I built like a little search engine for another person, digging through some documentation for them. A little like quiz generation app. Did something else with quizzes as well, and then I built like 1 or 2 improvements to my own websites, like Velociraptor AI and that. And yeah, my thesis with trying to get clients and that at the moment is because you know, business, me as a new business and that is, and I'm completely unknown, got to build up a bit of a reputation with a lot of goodwill. So like Alex Hormozy says, you got to give until people are uncomfortable taking anymore and they want to offer you stuff back. And so yeah, I've been building like demos and that completely from scratch, and obviously paying for all of the API costs myself to fulfill a little need or build a little demonstration of the potential of like the ChatGPT plugged into your business data or being able to answer questions based on your business. Yeah, and then just chatting to these potential clients and then showing them these demos and giving them these demos, saying, play with them, what do you think, can we expand upon them, can we build upon them? So I actually sent my first quote for proper work last week. I haven't gotten back to me yet, and so I haven't made any money yet, but I think I'm on the way to making money, which is exciting because that quote, if they decide to pay it and decide to take me on board to build them the product that we were talking about, would actually fulfill like 2 more months of runway for me, which is great. I mean, that's like a decent amount of extra time to work on getting stuff bootstrapped, getting stuff started. So yeah, so I sent out that quote last week. We'll hear back from them. But yeah, I actually finished sending out all of my cold emails last week. I sent about 550 in total. A lot of them obviously went to spam, or like the address doesn't exist anymore because the person doesn't work at the company. But I think I've gotten over like 10, maybe like 15 responses in total. So I mean, 10 out of 550 is not a terrible reach out like ratio, and that for completely cold emails and not to a specific target market with a specific product for that target market as well. Just like a completely, not generic, but completely personalized statement saying, hey, I've got these AI development services and products I would like to offer you. What do you think about this? Like, can I build something else for you for free? And so most of the responses were negative, obviously, that I did get back, but several of them wanted to have meetings, and I actually scheduled 2 more meetings for this week. I've got one tomorrow with 2 potential clients that look like they're going together, and then another one later in the week that the time and date still has yet to be organized. But yeah, I mean, positive feedback, which is great considering completely unknown entity, and I might actually have to go and register a proper South African business soon with a business bank account and everything, and that's super exciting. That's the real part of this Mitch MBA here, where I can actually learn about business and entrepreneurship and how taxes work and all these things, and so it's getting potentially exciting. Once again, haven't made any money, but that's besides the point. I'm learning, I'm trying to do my best, and I think I'm offering value to a lot of people, so we'll see where it goes. Second update is that I have been writing my AI novel, my fictional AI novel that I've wanted to write for a long time, actually. I've wanted to write a book for a long time, and this AI novel for a while now too as well. But this potential AI novel about just the future implications of AI for people, normal people in society, and the impact it could have on people's lives. So I've finished the 2 stories out of 5 that I want to write. So I'm on 9,617 words so far, which is pretty good. So yeah, I think overall it's going to be about 25 to 30,000 words in total. So probably the length of like half like a regular novel. I think like a normal size novel is around 70,000 words. So about half the length of that, which is not too bad considering this is basically like a first draft and my first foray into any kind of long form writing. And it's not that great writing, but it's like exciting short stories that have punchy impacts about each potential use of AI in society and potential use of the technology. And so yeah, I wanted to read you like the first like paragraph from the 2 short stories that I've gotten so far. Chapter 1, and I've got the titles generated by AI, by the way. I wrote the stories and then I plugged the story into ChatGPT and I was like, hey, give me a humorous title for the story. So chapter 1 is entitled Jobless in Gotham, Xavier's Quest for a Paycheck or 2. The Misadventures of Xavier, Business Books, Bets and Bubblegum Vapes. Or The Great Business Bake-Off, Xavier's Recipe for Success and Pizza. So yeah, some interesting AI generated titles, and I would definitely pick some of these over than others. But it's cool to see that it can contextualize my whole long story and then kind of bring out funny points of it in a title. And the first paragraph of that first story, that first chapter, goes like this. Xavier looked away from the job listing with disgust and took a pull from his vape for the 4th time in 10 minutes. He glanced around the small room he was hunched up in, a square barely big enough to fit his single bed, small desk, and huge pile of textbooks piled on top of one another, a testament to his commitment to his college degree that was now giving him nothing but trouble as he searched for a new job. So as you can understand, that first story is obviously about a young guy named Xavier who is struggling in the post-AI world to find a job, since so many of the lower level jobs that juniors are supposed to take have been automated and have been made obsolete by technology. And then the story goes on later to basically how he learns to use the technology for good and get himself a good job. And so, yeah, I enjoyed writing that one. That was the first one I wrote. And then the second one is based at slightly a more younger, non-technical audience, because I'm actually going to flip the chapters when I release the book in total for free online in a couple of weeks. Well, hopefully next week, actually, if I'm get a chance to write a lot this week, but more likely 2 or 3 weeks time. I'm going to flip them so that the stories come out in order of increasing technical complexity. So the first book will barely have any AI. Sorry, the first story will have barely any technology and AI in it. The second will have a lot one, and then the last one will be like balls to the wall, technical terms, complexity that you should actually have a computer science degree to understand. But I think will be like a nice progression of people understanding the complexity of the technology and its potential applications. So then chapter 2, story 2, is entitled Virtual Velociraptor, Homework Helper of the Future, Scaly's Sheep Shenanigans, A Tale of Virtual Farming, or Moonbound Math, Alex and the Lunar Lessons. And the first paragraph goes as such. The large orange velociraptor reared up on its hind legs and laughed at Alex. It was enormous, towering over 7 feet tall and covered in shiny sunset orange scales that glinted in the noonday sun. It was helping him with his homework. Alex was standing in the middle of what felt like a real-life farm, complete with a red barn, acres of fruit trees and vineyards stretching all the way to the horizon, and paddocks of various animals making very realistic animal noises. And so the second story is all about virtual reality and diffusion models and the potential for AI-generated environments and AI-generated virtual reality constructs for education and for learning, and just how cool and how much better education and learning can be in the future. And so there's a long kind of explanation here of actually how the Earth tilts and the moon rotates and why we have seasons and that. And I think I've definitely got lost a bit in the narrative there, but I think it really expounds upon the fact that AI and education will be so intertwined in the future, and long gone soon are going to be the days of just sitting looking at a chalkboard or a whiteboard and trying to explain these abstract concepts, when you could have these beautiful AI generated environments for making education that much more appealing. So yeah, those are the 2 chapters I've got so far, 9,617 words. Looking forward to writing the rest of the stories and releasing them out there to the world. And then the third update I have for you is just these kind of brainstorming ideas I've had here on this whiteboard behind me. I'm desperately trying to think of cool new uses for technologies and that are coming out and that I want to work with and want to learn and just understand better, and how they could potentially be used in business. Obviously, got to think the entrepreneurial way right now. And I know the way to come up with good ideas for both new technology uses and new products and new startups is not to list them out like this, it's to actually go build something and talk to customers. And I'm doing that as well. But this is just what I've been trying to think of in my personal capacity. I've been trying to think about how to use the text-to-speech and GPT vision APIs for basically just taking speech, converting it into computer instructions, doing something useful with those instructions coming back. I see OpenAI is potentially going to release their voice engine later this year, which is super exciting, and it's basically the personal voice assistant from our dreams. If you've watched the movie Her, you'll understand that Samantha is an amazing virtual assistant. Basically, a real life human that you can talk to, but that's actually artificial, and that is the dream of many programmers and many productivity gurus the world over. And so building something in that category would be super exciting for me, or just building upon the work that OpenAI is going to do there soon. I want to get a Joburg EAC meetup going sometime. Acceleration is that kind of progressive group from San Francisco at the moment, promoting the advancement of technology at the moment, and I see there's meetups being organized all around the world, so I think I'd like to get one going in Joburg sometime. And then just smaller ideas, like I want to fine-tune an LLM on my WhatsApp data sometimes so that it can try to talk to me, try get into some robotics, buy some cheap robotics components, because I've got a whole lot of I've got a whole lot of robotics and Lego components here, but I'm kind of missing the motors and the crucial components to make stuff move, because I only have 1 or 2 small DC motors here. And I'd like to do some more robotics projects, because the kind of work that Figure Robotics is doing at the moment, and some of the amazing technologies that I've seen in the last week alone coming out of the Valley, and that is just so exciting. And yeah, robotics is like the ultimate medium for AGI, and so it would be super interesting to get more into that, because we did a little bit of it at varsity, but I've just been involved in software since then, so it would be nice to get back to that sometime soon. And then yeah, just seeing what projects can be processed on like an ESP. That's not an ESP. I had one here, I swear. But like just seeing what kind of projects I can do on Arduinos or ESP32s, because these are such cheap little devices, and if you can connect them up to the internet and connect them up to AI APIs, I think there's a lot of potential here for products and for embedded devices that can do a lot of good in the physical world. Voice model detection. Yeah, basically I just want to spend a lot of time in the next couple of weeks. I think I've been doing a lot of work with just text-based AI, and so I think it's time to do some image-based and some voice-based work, because there are some potential cool applications there. Research on motor projects. I've got some indie hacker ideas to do. I've got some potential clients I need to follow up with, and potential demonstrations that I've done that I need to follow up with. I was thinking about getting a cheap drone and doing some cool API commands with that. I've seen some cool projects. I think it's with the DJI Tello drone, with people making drones that can follow you around with your face and that. So doing something in that area could be pretty cool. And then yeah, what will the large problems be in 15 years time? Robot orchestration, farming, heavy machinery automation. Yeah, just trying to think of all different ideas here for ideas, projects, and potential future technologies that I could get involved with and build projects in. Because I was thinking about it the other day. It's so nice to not have a job at the moment. Just to have the freedom to work on your own projects and all the new exciting technologies coming out of the world. But I'm running out of money in like 2.5 months time. Hopefully I'm going to make some more money before then and extend my entrepreneurship runway kind of indefinitely, so that I can continue working on interesting new technologies and projects and that. But if that money runs out, I've got to go and get another job, which is cool. I'd be keen to go back to a smaller company and learn lots and earn money while building up my skill set and that, and building up my knowledge in a particular industry, because I'm still very young, got lots to learn still. But it would be great if I could continue doing this stuff on my own time, because I feel like my rate of learning is so much better and faster now than when I was working in a big corporate company. And yeah, I would like that learning to continue as time goes on. And it's so nice to have the free time to keep up with all the technology development that I didn't really have when I was working a job. So yeah. Also still running. I ran 16 kilometers this last weekend, so that 21K is looking more and more doable. And otherwise, just doing well. Just trying to work on this and the entrepreneurship game. I'll hit you next time with an update. Oh my goodness. I'll see you sometime soon with another update. Thank you for watching this one. If you got through all of it, put a rocket ship in the comments if you got all the way to this part of the video, so I know you watched. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.